Today on the YouTube channel, we're going to be talking about self-fulfilling prophecies. So, what is a self-fulfilling prophecy? A self-fulfilling prophecy is something that you believe is going to happen, so you create the environment and situations to make it happen. So, I'll go into it in a psychological sense. This is one example. This comes from a fear of abandonment. So, in relationships, if you feel like someone's gonna cheat on you or they're going to leave you, it will cause you to act in certain ways to push that person away or make them feel not loved, to cause them to leave you or to cheat on you. So in the end, you're kind of projecting your energy and image onto them to get them to act in a certain way. And then the end result is you're proving to yourself, like, oh, you thought this person was going to leave and they left. It creates kind of a cycle. It can either be good or bad. Obviously you want it to be good, so um, it's kind of good to always have a positive mindset. Just watched a video on law of assumption earlier, so I guess this kind of ties into it too. Assume that you already have whatever you want. Um, that's your life right now, and operate with that mindset. It might be kind of hard because, especially if you're trying to do it financially and you don't have money, or maybe you just feel stuck, it's hard to shift that identity of someone who has money, especially when you're down um, kind of bad. So, yeah, it'll take practice, it'll take time. And like I said, it's identity. You have to identify with that person. Basically, you're creating a whole new person. Whatever you don't like right now, you're changing it and creating another identity that will fit what you want. So let's say right now you're making 100,000 and you want to be making 500,000. I mean, I would have said a millionaire, but that's kind of a big jump. So you could do a millionaire, but I would probably go um, to 500,000. Like, act as if you were making 500,000. What would you do with the money? Would you be taking the same risks? Probably not. Um, you might not even be buying the same things and investing in the same things you are now. So you have to start changing the behavior that you're currently doing to fit the identity of what someone who's making 500,000 a year would be. That's basically how it works. Um, yeah, that's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. But it stems, a lot of stuff stems from core wounds. So this is kind of tying that into like mother wounds, father wounds, um, conditioning from childhood. A lot of the mindsets and even just behaviors are passed down from your parents to you. You might not be aware of this, or you could be aware of it. Maybe after watching this, you'll do a little more research and be able to narrow it down. What specific core wound is being triggered? Where did that come from? Was that your idea? Was that your mindset? And if not, then who did that come from? And chances are, if it came from someone else, like your parents, the same thing happened. So what you need to do is you need to realize that that wasn't your thought or mindset to begin with, and you were given that. You were conditioned to think that. So another one example could be you have to work really hard to make money. That's like a mindset that people have. They think that to make money, they have to be doing crazy amount of work and hours and everything. But that's not really the case. It would be more beneficial to conserve your energy and focus on lanes of income that produce the most instead of throwing out so many fishing lines, only harvest a couple. Or in the beginning, maybe throw out more just to see what works, and then you can cut back and focus on the ones that work and put more energy and time into that. So that's just another example of it. But yeah, there's a lot I can think of, wounds or fears or doubts that are holding people back. Um, I think it also helps if you have faith. Uh, it could be in God. I know I believe in God, so He has a plan for me, and obviously He wants me to be happy. So He's not gonna put me in situations that I shouldn't be in unless it's for me to learn something, so I can take that into the next um, chapter of my life and use it to benefit me. Kind of just perspective shift, like identity, knowing that there is a higher power working for you and for your benefit. So it kind of lets you walk through life a little differently. Things that may have brought you down in the past, they don't as much. Things don't really affect you like how they used to. And it might just give you an overall sense of well-being and peace. I know that's what it's done for me. Uh, I was connected to God from like a child. I mean, I wasn't uh, conditioned into it. I guess you could say I was, but not in the sense of like Christian or Catholic, more in the sense of my culture. So like Hawaiian culture, the gods we believe in, and like Native American culture. So my cultural background plays a big part in how I operate in the world and colors my perspective. But just some things to think about. Um, Try to think about maybe the last one or two examples of a self-fulfilling prophecy that you had that came true, and then like I said, trace it back to, was it a core wound? If it was bad, like a bad prophecy. If it was a good prophecy, then that's also not a wound, but like a healed wound. So like I said about the money, um, maybe something came really easy to you and it worked out. So that could confirm the mindset of, it doesn't have to be hard. It could just flow. Like go with the flow and just do what feels right at the moment. Trust your intuition, um, and you won't be led wrong. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. You learned something. Maybe you got some ideas to go look up on Facebook or watch some other podcasts about it. But be on the lookout for more content. And also check out my website if you're interested in any of my services. And let me know. Comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. But yeah.